Hi, I tried to find a sort of quiet place on my walk today, where I wouldn't really be likely to be disturbed. Except I think the football game is over, so there might be people crowding around here soon, so I should probably do this really quick. But I wanted to talk about something kind of serious today. This isn't my other serious video that I said I would make, but it is a very serious topic, especially for me. And I guess I should just say this up front, but if you're someone who gets upset or triggered by or just doesn't want to hear about stuff to do with police and child abuse and domestic abuse, I would recommend not watching this. You can go do something else with your time that would probably serve you a little bit better. I think the new episode of My Little Pony came out today, so you can go watch that if this isn't really the kind of material that you want to be watching right now. But it is something that I think, I don't know, I feel like I need to say it somehow, and so I'm going to, but yeah, definitely, if you're not up for watching this kind of stuff, go watch something else, please. That's for you. That's if it's in your best interest, go do what's in your best interest. But anyway, so to start this off, I started on my walk today, and I noticed that there were like more police cars out than I normally see, and which sort of makes sense, I guess, because it's a game day and they want to make sure that nobody is out doing things they shouldn't be on game day. But like 3 of them passed me while I was walking down the street, and I couldn't help but notice, like, I got really, really, like, nervous and anxious every single time, and I just found myself and, like, wonder, like, why? Because, I mean, like, how do I say this exactly? Like, I mean, I'm white. Don't know if you could tell, but I'm white. So, like, I didn't grow up with, like, that cultural fear of police, you know, that a lot of non-white people in the U.S. have to deal with. I never had to deal with that. So, like, it didn't really make sense to me why I'm scared of cops. And, like, it's not just today. Like, this, thinking back, this is a thing. Like, I've always had this, like, distrust and a fear of police. And, like, I started thinking about it, and I realized what it was, is that, okay, backstory time, and here's parts you might not want to hear. When I was a child, from as far as I can remember, which isn't much because I blocked a lot of it out, but from the age of about 8 until I was 16 or 17, my stepdad was physically abusive to me, my mother's husband, well, now ex-husband, and, like, it didn't happen very often, and, you know, so I told myself, you know, all of the usual things, like, oh, it doesn't happen that often, so it's not really abuse, or, oh, you know, it's not as bad as what some people go through, so it's not really abuse, and blah, 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 all of these things, you know. which, you know, looking back, and in the state of mind that I'm in now, I realize, yeah, that was bullshit. What was happening to me was abuse, and it wasn't okay. But, like, at the time, you know, I didn't fucking know. There were no resources for me then. I mean, I was 9, 10, 11-year-old kid for a lot of it, you know? So, around that time, while I was, you know, that young, I don't know what was happening with my older sister, because we never talked about our parents. And it was around that age, like when I was about 12 and 13, that she stopped really talking to me about very much at all, because she was 2 years older than me, and, you know, you get into high school, you make friends, it's weird to, you know, hang around with your little sister and all that shit. I mean, I understand, I understand that. We have 2 other little sisters, I get that shit. But, yeah, I really need a tripod. But, there was, I guess, this thing happening about, I don't know, I guess something like, I don't remember exactly what happened, but, like, something with, like, when my sister didn't get her way, she would threaten to, call the cops on my parents or something. Or maybe that's just what my stepdad was saying she said. Like I said, I don't really remember. I'm not sure what was going down, but the way that he responded to this was, go ahead, call them, they won't believe you. You don't have any proof. Which, like, neither did I, because, I don't know, like, the way that it was that, like, I don't know, I don't really, like I said, I don't really remember a lot of it, but, and I don't know how to explain it very well, because I've never really had this sort of discussions with people, but, like, the sorts of ways that he would hurt me would be stuff where it would heal really fast, or, like, the bruises would be on my head and they would be small and you couldn't really see them under my hair, because my hair is, like, naturally darker. Like, this isn't my natural hair color, but it's really close. But, so, like, my hair's naturally dark, it covers up bruises, which is an awful thing, but that's how it went. And so, like, I didn't really have proof either, so I think I sort of internalized that, and even though it wasn't directed at me, or maybe especially because it wasn't directed at me, but, I think I internalized that message, and then when I got a little bit older, when I was 16, 17, 18, I was dating this dude, and he ended up getting really abusive, and he actually, I didn't realize this at the time, which is really freaking scary for me to look back on, but he actually almost killed me a few times. And one of his friends, actually, in fact, his best friend, was involved in the vocational, VOTEC program to become a police officer, a cop. And my ex's cousin was also dating a man who was a cop, and he was like basically the most famous cop in our town, because our town was really freaking small, and this guy, I guess, I don't know, was like the face of the police or something, I don't know. But, like, I think I sort of took the message that I had thought of earlier and, like, associated that with him. So, like, I don't know. It got to the point where I think the problem that I have with cops is that, well, for one, I'm completely paranoid that I'm paranoid of getting in trouble, especially for things I didn't do, but that's a whole separate issue. I think most of my discomfort with it is the idea that the people who have abused me are a lot like most of the cops that I know. Almost all of the cops that I have personally interacted with, either, like, on an actual, like, face-to-face level, or just the ones that I've, you know, seen driving around, or whatever, almost all of them are white men. Both of my abusers were white men. And, I don't know. I guess that sort of sounds, like, weird, but I don't know. With, like, the whole background of it, and the fact that I can associate a lot of things to do with police with people who have abused me, makes me really uncomfortable, and sort of makes me think that the cops are more likely to engage in abuse against me than to protect me from it, which is a really scary thought, because they're supposed to be protecting us, I mean, right? But there are a lot of people who know better than that. And I think that's probably why, like, videos of police brutality and shit get to me, like, even though I've never experienced anything even remotely like that, is because I have these sort of ideas, and this sort of stuff has been internalized in my head, because, like, it's like these videos are telling me, see, you're right. And that's a really scary thought. Like, I can't be around police by myself. Like, I can't do that. I get freaked out. Like, I don't think I really had anything else to say on the subject, and I kind of want to just, like, get this out there and then let it go. But I needed a place to talk about this, and for those of you that were comfortable watching this, or maybe not so comfortable but watched it anyway, thank you for listening. And I hope you go on to have a better day, or night, or whatever it is where you are. I'm actually, besides thinking about this shit, I'm actually having a pretty good day. My walk went pretty well, and I'm gonna go home and make pork roast and vegetables, and maybe take a nice bath. But I just wanted to get this, like, off my mind and out, I guess, so other people, maybe, I don't know, maybe you can relate. I don't know. But hopefully now I can stop thinking about this, and I can just, I guess, sort of move on with my day. But that thought sort of got stuck in my head, and I really wanted to say something about it. So thank you for listening. So have a great day or night, whatever it is, and see you in my next video.